Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is the Phenomenal Women tag and I've got Sweep, my phenomenal little girl, in here. So if you're going to see a cat head, that's Sweep deciding to appear up. Now, I'm doing this, I was tagged to do this by 3 people, I believe. I might have been tagged by more, but I'm pretty sure I remember 3 people. So firstly, obviously, one of my best friends, Jack from Spread Book Joy. You all know, I love that girl. Then it was, I do not remember her name, but it's from books I'm not reading. I'm sorry, sweetheart, my brain has died at the moment. And then lastly, book chat with Pat, I believe. But I may have been tagged by more because I am awful at remembering and I need to start writing down when people tag me in this. This tag was created by the lovely Marilyn from Marilyn Maya Mendoza. She celebrated a big birthday and a big sort of celebration last month in August, and she was doing a readathon. Didn't get to do it then because obviously, you know me, my books are jam-packed. I've got like no gaps for videos until like November now, and I'm already starting to plan November's video. I decided, obviously, before we, I think Phenomenal Women, I think this deserves, there's only 4 prompts, and so I wanted to sort of talk to you about what, for me, are phenomenal women. Obviously, I'm going to say my mum is the most phenomenal woman I know. Yes, she's not right up, but she is the most phenomenal woman I know, and she's an inspiration. Her mum and my other nan, they were both very inspirational, phenomenal, strong women. For me, that's what it is. It's about being strong. And you don't necessarily mean physical strength. It can be emotional. It can be going through stuff. It can mean being phenomenal in any different way. And to me, everyone is phenomenal in their own way. And I've got lots of authors on here that I am going to mention, and I could say lots of books, I could say lots of people. But I hope that we're all phenomenal in our own way and we inspire the next generation of girls, because there are so many sort of snowflakes, people that we are protecting our kids, obviously, which is very important, but we also need to show them that it's okay to struggle and it's okay to have hardships, and you only grow stronger through that. That's something I'm trying to show my daughter and even my son, because I think it's important to show boys and girls. And I don't think you should be defining boys, girls, non-binary, whatever your gender, whoever you are. Strength comes from within. It comes from different battles. You all know that I have had various battles. I'm still going through a fair few at the moment. But I learned how to deal with it from my mum. And I learned that to be strong, you need to face your upsets, deal with the emotions, and then move on, and you get through it. We all find our own ways of coping. Books have literally guided me, shaped me, and helped me in every which way. You all know that for me, I find reading as an escape. I'm learning so much from books, and books are not just forms of fun, they can be forms of informative. We've got great non-fiction books. I've got an author up here. I've got a book behind you that I was given actually by an author, that I was given by a random subscriber. And it's a Cathy Glass book, and that's talking about foster care. And again, foster caring is an amazing thing to do. So those things, we can have non-fiction, we can learn from our historical fiction. I'll talk more about that with some of the other authors that I'm talking about in a bit. And we can learn from our contemporaries, we can learn from those of us around us. Fantasy can also show us lessons. I've learned there's been a great fun things that I've learned from there. And we learn strength, and we learn phenomenal women in very many different ways. And I am grateful for every which one of you. At the end, I'll be tagging people. But if you see me doing this tag and you want to do it, please feel free, because every one of you is phenomenal, like I said, in your own way. Before I start this, I know I shouldn't, probably the Waffle Girls are going to tell me, no, they won't. The most phenomenal woman, one of the most phenomenal women that we lost this year, we lost 2 great booktubers this year, and they were phenomenal women. We lost Jennifer from Jennifer Brooks, and we lost, obviously, one of my best friends, Alice from Alice's Giant Bookshelf, and she was phenomenal. So there is no way I can do the phenomenal book tag without talking about her. She was amazing. Quick wit, smiley face, strength. She was incredible. So this one is, for me, this video is in one review. So there is one author that I will be talking about, obviously. It's inspired by you. So if you're up there, this one's for you, girl. Right, before I start blubbing even more, let's get on with the prompts. So, who is your favourite phenomenal woman author? I haven't just gone with one because I can't think of one. I've just realised that if I don't put this one down, I'm going to be doo-doo because everyone knows that author. Right, I'll start off with the author that got me back into reading again, the lovely Paige Toon. She is very, very busy, but every book she writes is incredible. Every book she writes is 5 stars. She smashes it out of the park with her reading, with her books. She has written so many incredible 5-star books, and I love her characters. I love the way her characters link in other books. She's great. And then I'm gonna mix up the genres now and say, obviously, a long-standing. There is no way I could not mention this author, and that's Jane Austen. She will go down as the best female classic author in my eyes. She beats Elizabeth Gaskell just about. She does beat Elizabeth Gaskell because I can't fault her work. Then we've got Kristin Hanna, who writes the best historical fiction book. I think for me, these are authors that have written quite a few books, not just only a few, because we've obviously got quite a few debut authors that are coming through. But Kristin Hanna, again, she's an amazing, amazing historical fiction author, and I just think she's incredible. Then we obviously got Heidi Swain, who is an all-time favourite, classic contemporary author. I love her books. She comments on my posts. She's friendly. She's amazing. She deserves all the love, and I think she's incredible. And then lastly, to me, this is an author that I would say is very close to my heart, and that's Ali McNamara, because she is a Spoonies warrior. She is a chronic pain sufferer. She has got various health conditions that mean she struggles with a lot of things. But she is absolutely an incredible writer. I don't think I discovered her too long ago, and I think her writing's definitely got better. The book I just read from her, which we'll see in my, which you would have seen in the wrap up, part 1, which is the last video, got me crying. It got me emotional. It was absolutely incredible. So she is just that, and the way she does do the good chronic pain rep. She's got chronic pain rep in some other books, and I just think she's an all-time favourite. So, prompt number 2: what book features your favourite phenomenal woman character? Obviously, for me, one of them has to be Penelope from the Bridgerton series. She is strong, she's curvy, she is a writer, she is the quiet wallflower who really shone out in not just the books, but in the film, and she is absolutely incredible. She is probably my favourite lead in the Bridgerton series, favourite female lead, because she is so inspirational. I just love the way she was the wallflower that came out of her shell, the way she was. I'm not going to tell you spoilers, but she really blossomed over all of the books and all of the films, and I just think she is everything that you could wish for. Strong and proud of herself and not afraid to be who she is. And I'm only going to mention one other character because for me, she will always be my favourite female character, and that has to be Mariella from, I think I said it right, from the Anne of Green Gables series, and Anne of Green Gables in particular. She will always be, I could mention so many classic characters, but for me it's either they're funny, you know, we've got obviously characters from all my favourite books, but Mariella is an all-time favourite. She took Anne in, she was wanted to, her and her brother Matthew, they wanted to adopt a boy, and I know this is fiction, but to me it was hard. It was just amazing. And then Anne turned up. Redhead Anne, feisty, fiery little girl who is probably one of my favourite girl characters. And Mariella took her in, and they loved her, and they grew with her, and she stayed with Anne through all the other books in the series. But she is strong, and she teaches Anne how to be a lady, and she stands up for her. She looks after her. She may not be Anne's blood mother, but she is the mother in all the best forms, and she will always go down as a favourite character. So there you go. They're my 2 favourite female characters. There are obviously other ones that I could talk about, but I don't need to. Those 2 really stood out. And now this one I think is going to be a fun one. If you were creating a book prize, which phenomenal author woman would you choose? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 prizes, and 4 authors that deserve these prizes. Obviously, I could not do this tag without talking about another booktube friend who is an author, and that is Katie Lumsden from Katie from Books and Things. She would get the award for Best Debut Author. She's just had her 2nd book out this last month, about a month or so ago, and that was her 2nd. And to me, both books are 5 stars, all stars favourite. She is one of the best. She has got potential of being one of the best historical fiction authors ever, because she creates characters that you bloody love. Her debut book, The Secrets of Hartwood Hall, is just the best one. I think for me it's probably the best book ever. It slightly beats The Trouble with Mr. Montgomery Hurst. I'm sorry, it does slightly beat it. Trouble with Mrs. Montgomery Hurst, I always forget that. But it's only slightly, and that's purely because I like the gothic side of that first book. But The Trouble with Mrs. Montgomery Hurst is still going down as a favourite book. Still incredible. Great historical fiction book. You've got in both her books. So if you like the dark and gothic, The Secrets of Hartwood Hall, smashing it. Bronte's, that kind of thing, dark gothic, there you go. If you like lighter, funnier books, Elizabeth Gaskell, Jane Austen, that kind of thing, Trouble with Mr. Montgomery Hurst, smashes it. Can't wait to see what she does next, because Katie is an amazing author and she so deserves all the love in the world, and you have to get her books because they're just brilliant. The next one is a sad one, and that's Elaine Everest. She gets the posthumous author, because Elaine Everest, one of my favourite authors, died this last month. Another one. Bloody everyone. Yeah. Not going to cry again. Flipping mess. We found out via social media on Facebook, and then we got the email from her, those of us who were subscribed to her email group, and we had the email to say it confirmed that yes, it was true, and that Elaine Everest had passed away. She's got one last book that's coming out in October, which I'll be buying, and then I might do a reread of all her books next year. I think that might be a good way of celebrating her. I might do something nice to celebrate another good author, because she was another historical fiction saga author that I thoroughly loved from start to finish. I've got all her books, I've got her main books that she's written and she wrote, and yeah, that was a very sad loss. Obviously didn't know her personally, but she did comment on posts, she did send regular emails. She was a great author and one that created characters that I loved. So her posthumous author, she would get that. Then you would obviously get Bridget Kemner, who was who would get an award for an amazing fantasy author, because again she was the author that got me liking fantasy. With The Curse of Dark and Lonely, she's written loads of great books. There was no great books out this year, but I believe she's got one out next year. And she was the person who got me into fantasy, showed me Disability, wrote with her lead character Harper. I really, really enjoyed her work, and I think she deserved an award for that. And then lastly, an obvious award, Agatha Christie, for the best cozy crime author ever. The Agatha Project is still up and running. We're still doing it. I'm going to be announcing the next. Before now, you would have seen me announcing the next books in the series, and I love it. She can't crime. She's the best crime author ever. Best cozy crime, ones that don't scare me, but I love them. Apparently, some of the books are going to be scaring me. So yeah, she would get that award. Now to tag some phenomenal women. I would say every one of you. But first, our little girly group, the Waffly Donut group, obviously mention Anne from Angie's Book Chatter, Charlie from Charlie Book Reads, Danny from Danny's Book World, who I know she's taking a bit of hiatus at the moment, but she will be back hopefully at some point. Jem from Gemma Books. Jack, I know you tagged me. There you go, but I can't not mention you, Jack from Spread Book Joy. They are some of the closest friends that I've got on here, and some of my best friends in the whole world, and I love them so much. Now to another best friend, Kat from Brews and Reviews. She's someone that I'll be meeting at the end of the month. She is literally one of my BookTube besties. She is an incredible girl. She's a Spoonies fighter. She is stronger than she ever realises. She shares her strength. She is autistic and talks about that on her channel, so she's not afraid to show her strength in all ways. And I think for all of that, she is strong. And not to mention, she's just one of the best friends you could ever wish for. Chatty from the Mad Chatter is one of the sweetest, kindest, lovely little girls ever. Love you dearly, darling. Angela from Reading Off My Shelf. She has her own battles, and both her and Chatty, they have their own battles, and they are strong, and they fight through, and they still put videos up for you guys. They still show themselves in every which way, and I think they are incredible. Berna from Burnish Vickers Adventures, one of my oldest BookTube friends on here. We've been friends for such a long time. She's helping me with the Agatha Project. She is an amazing, amazing woman, and I literally love the bones of her. She's incredible. And then from Jennifer Loves Books, Jen is my new friend. She was someone I met by Charlie. She's a sweetheart. Jen, you're incredible. You just read she reads like a Trojan like me. She's incredible. But again, any one of you that wants to do it, I think you just do it, because you're all incredible in your own ways. And obviously, if you got to the end of this video, put a women emoji, one of the women emojis in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding and let me know, guys, who are your favourite phenomenal women authors? I'd love to know. I'd love to know what different authors to look for. Bye bye.